angry about, losing. I felt like if we wouldn't turn the ball over, we definitely would have had a shot. Things happen. Unfortunately, it just happened at the wrong time.
Handed off to Henry, and he's bottled up, and the ball is out! It's loose!
So my teammates at the game put the bus on me. I own it. It's just crazy. 3 fumbles straight.
For St. Brown, and he's got it!
The fans, they've seen greatness. It's just not the standard.
The concerning thing is, I would say off the game yesterday, I think the worst I've ever seen the Baltimore Ravens get beat.
We've got to get to work and try to find a way to win a game.
Hey, a bad season got worse over the weekend when Lamar Jackson was forced to miss the end of Sunday's loss to the Chiefs with an injured hamstring. John Harbaugh given an update yesterday saying the injury precluded Jackson to return to the game, and it didn't matter that the game wasn't close. Quote, there was no way he could have gone back in that game. We should get our first real update on all of this tomorrow when the Ravens return to practice. We'll let you know what the timetable looks like, of course, here on NFL Live. Marcus, even though before the injury, the Ravens were struggling, what do you see as the biggest issue for Baltimore?
I don't know what Todd Monken is doing. I really don't. There is a tremendous amount of evidence that if you let Derrick Henry dictate games, this offense works better.
Yeah.
And him and Lamar dictating games with whether it's sleight of hand or whatever. Look at this on the season. 48 carries, 49 carries, tied for 24th. He's 8th in rush yards on those limited carries. He's tied for 6th with touchdowns and 20-yard rushes tied for 1st. And we left a game against the Kansas City Chiefs with 8 total carries in a game for Derrick Henry. Now, this has been a part before Derrick Henry showed up. Y'all know I almost lost my damn mind about the AFC Championship game.
Yep. Yeah.
And the number of runs that the backs had as the number 1 rushing team in the league that season. So again, go ahead.
Do you think or expect it to be different once Likely's back consistently and Ricard comes back?
But Dan, I understand that, and I agree with you on that. But what's your best formula right now? You have to play for what's going on.
Right.
You got 7 people injured on defense, and you consistently want to push the ball down the field.
And you're not winning.
And you're not winning doing that. So, again, I understand the draw to want Lamar to make plays and push the ball down the field. You did not sign this man to be tied for 24th in carries 5 weeks into the season. And if his career wasn't made on volume, we wouldn't have this argument. He gets better the more touches he has. That's been the case since he showed up to Baltimore and when he was in Tennessee.
So I think, not that I don't disagree that they shouldn't be running more. I think part of the issue is they're not running it well. They're not efficient at all. And I've been kind of trying to figure out why, Marcus, and some of the reasons for that. And there's a litany of it. I don't think they're blocking quite the way that they used to. I think the Ricard absence is huge. The more I went back and watched some of those runs, and it not only is it big in the run game, but I also think it's affecting their passing game, not as a pass catcher. But going back last year, when they had Ricard on the field, so when they were in 20, 21, 22 personnel, 2 backs, they had a 69% play action rate. If you're looking at this offense now and you're wondering why aren't they play actioning as much as they used to, and this was the case in the Chiefs game even before it got out of hand, I really think they usually get to a lot of their play action concepts with Ricard on the field. And it seems like removing him from this formula has sort of gotten them all out of sorts with their personnel groupings and their tendencies out of it. And I say that not to say that it's not fixable. It is. It just feels like they have to alter their offense now and accept that they live in a new reality without having 2 running backs on the field the way they did the last few years.
Yeah, man. By the way, Ricard, they're still kind of saying week to week. There's no clear timetable on his return. Dan, on the other side of the ball, there's lots of concerns for the Ravens defense. The injuries are a major piece of this, but what does the tape show you?
This is probably the most head-scratching team through 4 weeks in the NFL on both sides. And I would say defensively, the amount of blown coverages or people out of position is just jarring. You're playing man coverage up top. They run 2x2 RPO in Kansas City. Everyone kind of knows that's the case. Both linebackers fire. There's nowhere anyone remotely close to that slant. This is the one that blew my mind. Down in the red zone, they're in man coverage. No one's even remotely close to covering the back. Both linebackers are just standing in the middle of the field. That's a completely blown coverage on 3rd down, but it's man. This is one Thornton, speed guy at the number 3, down the seam. There's a linebacker. Either you carry him, or Kyle Hamilton, who has no one pushing vertical at the bottom of the screen, knows he has to close significantly sooner. And for a team that is, in many ways, like so experienced, so veteran-laden, the amount of times that I say blown coverage or out of position or poor communication or late to your responsibility, that's why it's so head-scratching that this group that is as talented and as experienced and as kind of the reality of expectation to consistently beat yourself is very odd to see from that organization.
The Ravens now have a 47% chance to win the AFC North, according to ESPN Analytics. It was a 67% chance after week 2, but the analytics take into consideration some of the things that are going on here and the way they've looked. All right, let's get to some top stories here as we carry on. Tyreek Hill tore ligaments in his dislocated knee during last night's win over the Jets. Our Adam Schefter spoke to his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, who said today's surgery went well. So what's next? Rosenhaus said it's about rehab and he will play next season. The realistic goal is the start of the season. It's interesting. Wow. All right, J.J. McCarthy could return to practice for the Vikings early as early as this week. That, according to head coach Kevin O'Connell today. McCarthy, of course, suffered a high ankle sprain in the team's Week 2 loss to the Falcons. The Vikings play the Browns in London this week before a bye in Week 6.
Their offensive line better get healthy because the interior part of that group is poor.
Goodness. Hey, to San Francisco next. Brock Purdy missed practice on Monday. GM John Lynch was on the radio today, said they will take every precaution to make sure Purdy is all right. Neither Purdy or Ricky Pearsall practiced today as the team gets ready to play in L.A. against the Rams on Thursday night. That's all of the latest. There's my camera. Hello. All the news that you need to know about, and we've got more coming to your
ride.
It's good. Let's go to Kansas City, their next opponent.
Thank you.
to the Chiefs offense. They got a much-needed boost with the return of Xavier Worthy this past week. Here's Patrick Mahomes on just how much it meant to their offense.
Yeah, he's just so explosive. I mean, you just see it when you get the football in his hands, man. It just makes the defenses have to adjust, and when they adjust, it's like he gets so much attention on him. Other guys can make plays happen, and so just having him out there, not only for his physical ability, but just the morale of the room, I thought it was huge.
Marcus, what stood out to you most in his return?
Touches for Xavier Worthy and how explosive he was, no matter how you wanted to get him the ball. I think he's evolving as a route runner as well. That was one of the things coming out of college, creating some separation, learning how to use all of the leverage that he's starting to create. He was phenomenal in this football game. He showed a repertoire of things that he can do in order to make this offense better, and here it is with the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to get Rashee Rice back healthy. Xavier Worthy, Marquise is out there now, and now this team is starting to look very familiar. Also, changing some things conceptually. I got to give D.O. credit, as much as I hate it, for talking about what they needed to do offensively, but you saw them get to some of that, having that speed demon back out there on the football field.
I like that the fist bump happened in his shot, but then we went to yours. And
good job, man.
I had to look over.
Yeah. It was like, wait. Put them together.
There's a difference in the fist size.
Where is it? There. Okay. Oh, there we go. All right.